And we are live. What is going on, y'all? Salute to the tribe. We're back. Got one from Cosmic Verse. So we're going to go ahead and run through these videos, man, and see what these crazy women are talking about. These single mothers, leftovers. Do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe. Drop a comment. Let's go.
Time in my entire life, and I kind of want to talk about it.
This is going to be controversial, but I'm a single mom and I would never date someone that has kids.
Let's talk about women being too intimidating for men to approach.
Because the reasons why it's hard for me to date as a single mom in 2025.
I think one of the
dating is already harder for single mothers, but some of them are even refusing the idea of dating a man with children. Basically, they're saying they wouldn't date themselves, while still expecting a childless man to accept them.
Unpopular and unrequested opinion. Single women with little kids at home shouldn't be dating. Period.
Single moms, I just want to know, how is it out there? How is the dating world?
Let's talk about women being too intimidating for men to approach. Because in my last TikTok, I've seen so many comments of people saying that I'm too intimidating and that's why guys aren't approaching me in public. So I want to talk about it because I don't understand it. I know who I am as a woman. I know how I carry myself in public. I'm me. I smile. I laugh. I'm happy. I have warm energy. I'm not sitting in a corner mad. I don't have RBF.
Does it seem like she's warm energy, guys? I mean, we hear what she's saying, but does she give you that feeling, right? Does your nervous system relax listening to her? Or are you getting anxiety already? You know what I mean?
So, like, I'm the type of person who will trip in front of you and then apologize to you for doing that. So I really just started wondering, is it really that
people that have that fake laugh like that, they always give me the impression of a psychopath.
We're intimidating, or do men just no longer know how to approach women who don't need validation? Because if being confident, peaceful, happy in your own lane is intimidating, I feel like that says more about them than it is about us. And if that's intimidating, then I guess I'll take it. But like, our job, we're not trying to make it convenient. We want genuine connections. And men kind of struggle with that these days. So I guess if you're looking for convenience, we'll be too intimidating. But like, don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. You can name that movie.
Some men may be intimidated to approach a woman, but that's only because of multiple women saying, don't approach them because they don't want to get in trouble, not because of the woman itself. Because back then, men were approaching women left and right, and there wasn't any don't approach movements going on. And that's the thing. It's not that men suddenly lost confidence or forgot how to socialize. It's that the rules completely changed.
These women did all of that to make sure that we had nothing to do with them, leave them alone, and now they're lonely and want attention. So once again, it's our fault. It's our fault they want to be left alone, and now it's our fault because we're too scared to approach them. You guys smash that like button. What can I say, man?
Today, the same approach that used to be considered charming or respectful can now be labeled as creepy, harassment, or unwanted attention. The idea of a man seeing a woman and get intimidated is just ridiculous, because let's be real, men have approached women for thousands of years. It's literally in their nature. Men aren't suddenly scared of a pretty face. What they are scared of is the reaction, the judgment, the embarrassment. And nowadays, that environment is hostile.
One of the things that I'm dreading so bad as a single mom is whenever I do decide to get back into the dating scene, which is probably going to be a while. I've been single for 6 years. I don't see myself dating anybody for a good while.
Now, when she says dating, she means a serious relationship. She claims that she's been single, but she did not say abstinent or celibate. She just said not in a relationship. So hookups, situationships, you know.
Anywho, is having to explain to someone the reason why I have two baby daddies. Like the most embarrassing thing
Wrap
is
it up.
having to explain that.
No.
Like I almost want to.
No explanation. None. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Find whatever guy you can get and treat him like a king. Wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? It's done.
Make a TikTok series about it. Just send him the link. Does that make sense?
Okay, so being a single mom for over a decade, with the background that I have of having gone to prison, but also being a lawyer before that and an investment banker and all sorts of other things, makes it really hard to date. And what I'm finding is so many men are intimidated. Girls, isn't this hard, right? Like dating as it is right now.
Well, first of all, most people are intimidated by a ex-con. All right. Like, did you say you went to prison for something? You just breezed by that, and why would we? What's going on here, man? They must be just making videos. I mean, come on.
It's hard raising children, trying to, run a business, but also finding the right guy. And, online apps are like fine, but it takes so much work, right? Every single time you start talking to somebody, at least for me, within like 2 or 3 messages back and forth, I let them know that I have a background, that I went to prison. And sometimes people delete me, or maybe they look me up and then they delete me, or maybe they're just intimidated by me because now I, kind of go around and share my story and help people through my story. But I don't know. It's just so hard these days. It's really frustrating.
This woman cannot be real.
That's what I was about to
She
say.
said she's an ex-convict, a single mother, and claims she's finding dating hard because men are intimidated. That right there tells you how disconnected the self-awareness is. At some point, it's no longer about intimidation. It's about risk assessment. Men aren't intimidated by her past. They're doing the math. An ex-convict history brings legal, social, and stability concerns.
Yep.
Being a single mother brings responsibility,
Yep.
long-term obligation,
Yep.
and emotional complexity.
Without
Put
a doubt.
those together. And a man isn't seeing intimidating, he's seeing liability. Calling it intimidation is just a convenient way to avoid accountability. It reframes rejection as a flaw in men rather than a consequence of choices. Instead of asking,
There it is.
why would a man hesitate to take this on? The narrative becomes, men are scared of strong women.
Crazy.
That's not strength, that's deflection.
I just need to know this is a common occurrence for guys, and if they all do this. So if you're a guy, please listen because I just need to know. But what's the point in texting a girl saying, hey, what are you doing this weekend? And, going about the conversation, but then the second the girl asks to hang out or comes up with a plan for hanging out, you just ghost her. Or then you all of a sudden have a reason why you can't hang out. And it's like the same cycle every single time you text. It's like, I'm not texting you first. You're texting me first. So what's the point in texting me and wanting to talk with me if you just don't want to hang out?
One of the major reasons why people aren't getting married is because a lot of men don't want to commit anymore. They're terrified of the thought of divorce proceedings and the financial implications of it. So you've got a whole vast group of men in the last 10 to 20 years who are saying, I don't need this.
Yeah, but explain why we're terrified of it, because the system is completely set up against us. You get default everything. We have to work to get the kids. It's not like it's a 50-50 thing automatically. I know they're changing some legislation, but just hear me out. You get half of everything. I mean, it's literally a bad contract. And, the only reason we do it is we allow our emotions to run things because, logically, marriage makes no sense for a man. Maybe back in the day, but like, man, nah, you guys, the system is set up in your favor. You win everything. You get everything. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to come in with really nothing. If it breaks up, you lose nothing. You lose nothing. You're not even worried about it. I was on a TikTok panel earlier today, and the woman was like, oh, I don't know why you guys aren't going out there getting custody of your kids. Now, I wouldn't got custody of mine, but it's very much so time consuming and very much so expensive, right? But y'all ain't got to worry about that because the kids automatically go towards you. We have to, fight to get them. Man, it's wild out here.
commitment, I can just live with them.
Okay.
And that is why there is that change in the statistics. There's also a drop off a little bit of divorce statistics because, of course, if less people are getting married, less people are getting divorced.
Of course.
But the statistics of people living together are increasing.
I think one of the many reasons why it's so hard to date as a single mom,
Shacking up.
there are many reasons, but I feel like some men can be quite intimidated by a woman that is doing it all herself. And I have help.
This doesn't make any sense.
I have a small
None of that makes any
but
sense, man.
very consistent support system. But for the most part, I do a lot of this shit on my own, and it's exhausting, but I get it done. I feel like some men are just intimidated by that. Some of the men that I've gone on dates with, which it has been a long time, but I feel like they want to be needed by me so badly. They want to be needed, and I don't need them for
Whatever this crazy person's saying, she has a major ego problem, and it's not going to work out for her. All these excuses, it's all these different men's fault, but it's not hers in any kind of way. And she's still talking that fembot stuff. I don't need a man. I want a man. Come on, dude. Like, you're not going to get nobody like that. And you know it. I really believe a lot of these women, they really don't like men. They really don't like men. And they're using this fembot thing as a way to cloak it. You know, they want to bash men anyway. You know, with all these girl trips and things of that nature and women hooking up with women. I mean, come on, bro.
For paying bills, for planning trips, for like, I can do that if I want to. I want somebody to emotionally connect with. I want somebody that can listen to me vent and not be defensive. I want somebody that is vulnerable. I want somebody that we can have
Hold up.
Point. She mentioned that some men are intimidated by single mothers who can take care of themselves and doing it all alone. That statement is nonsense, simply because men do not care about that. Whether you're taking care of yourself and doing it all. Men aren't sitting there thinking, wow, she pays her bills and raises her kid alone. I'm intimidated. That's not how men operate. And the second thing is that she's not taking accountability. She said that most of the men she's dated, she feels like they want power over her. If that's happening almost every time you go on a date with a guy, you're just choosing the same types.
There it is.
If all you want is emotional connection, there are plenty of guys who can fit that role. It starts with changing the type of guys you go after, because at some point, it's not all men, it's your pattern. If every single relationship ends the same way, with the same type of man, the same behavior, the same complaints, that means you're the common denominator in your own dating choices.
Let me tell you something. I think I'm just going to be straightforward and honest with you, right? If you want me, just shoot your fucking shot. Shoot your fucking shot. That's it. Be like, Ange, I like you, and I want to be with you. And if I like you in that way back, then it will move forward to the next stage. And if I don't, I'm going to tell you I don't like you like that. I would prefer us to be friends. Like,
and these women don't see none of this as being like them wanting to be in a position of power. They want to start off the relationship in this weird hierarchy where they're in this upper position of power over you to decide everything.
I ain't in the business of wasting nobody's time. I don't want no situationships. I don't want that. That leads to nowhere. That leads to a lot of people getting their feelings hurt. Because a lot of times when you're in a situationship, it's you, them, and a whole bunch of other people. I don't want those motherfucking toxic ass energies attached to me. So figure it out. If you want me, shoot your shot. That's it.
I mean, I personally would rather men with no kids, despite me having 3 kids. So I don't think any other baby mom is like me. Therefore, I don't want to have to deal with
Listen, we gonna get into a
It's
whole
not the
nother look.
kids.
You
It's
gonna
not the
hate me.
kids.
You gonna hate me
So-
even more.
It's
We're
not the kids. I don't mind nurturing 5 other kids. It's the baggage that it comes with the mom. Oh, she's doing this to my kids, or you still want to talk to my man. Man, keep it
What
about
about the
Tony,
baggage
David,
on the
and
guy
Anthony.
that doesn't
Don't
have kids? You think about the guy's perspective.
I don't bring any burdens, which is why I would have. I just said that if every other baby mother was like me, then I would not mind. But unfortunately, that's not the case. My conversations, if the baby father wants to be around, if you want to be around,
First of all, it's always the same chicks. It's always the usual suspect, these average and below looking females just talking reckless and basically just looking around and see who's going to react to it. She says she has like 3 kids and she don't want to listen. We don't want to date you. And men with kids don't want to date you. Why are you arguing as if you're, fighting off dudes left and right? No, we don't want you. Stop making up these scenarios in your head and then arguing with them. Crazy person? Well, if you were such a hot topic, you know what I'm saying? Why are you still single? Oh, it's ridiculous. You got to smash that like button.
you're hearing about such and such. Nothing outside of that. That's even if you're hearing from me about them. Call your father. Go and speak to your father. That's it. There's really not much for us to speak about unless we are setting up a birthday party together. And at this point, it's like, you have your own birthday, I have my own birthday. I just feel like there's nothing else for us to speak about, especially if you moved on with a woman.
I get that. And that's
our conversation should be.
This is insane. The problem with this woman is that she thinks she's a special baby mum. She has kids, but doesn't want to date a man with kids himself because she feels like she doesn't bring baggage. And she doesn't want to date a man with children because she thinks he'll bring baggage dealing with his baby mum. That level of contradiction is wild. She wants understanding,
brother right there shaking his head.
flexibility, and grace for her situation.
It's crazy,
but
man.
refuses to extend the same to a man in the exact same position. Somehow her kids are different. Her past is clean, and her circumstances are manageable, while his automatically come with drama. That's not logic. That's entitlement. Kids are baggage, not in a disrespectful way, but in a real-life responsibility way.
Call it like you see it.
Time, money, emotions, schedules, priorities, all of that changes. Pretending otherwise doesn't make it true. The irony is that a man with kids would actually be more likely to understand her situation, but she disqualifies him because she wants the benefits of child-free dating while bringing children into the equation herself.
I made plans to go on a date with.
And also, she knows that most guys with kids can get women without kids. And women have this thing, especially now on the internet, where we'll say something and they'll just regurgitate it. You notice that? Like everything that men come up with, they just say the same thing. That's why it seems so insane, because you're arguing with yourself. Oh, she don't want, what I'm saying, men with kids. We've been saying that for years. We don't want women with kids, even if we have kids. Now all of a sudden, you don't have a man without a kid. You don't have a man with kids. You don't have a man with a kid. So they just say stuff. Just soulless vessels, NPCs, IRL. Gotta smash the like button.
With this guy on Tuesday, and in the meantime, we were just exchanging texts, like getting to know each other. As a mother, I asked him a really important question.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. Get your goddamn ass.
Let me just spell out like the issue with those texts from yesterday. It's not a problem to have preferences and for it to not be ideal to date a mom, right? But then like, why match with me? Why talk to me if it's not ideal? It's such a rude way to say it. Do I have preferences with dating? Yes, I think it's totally okay to have preferences, but at the same time, empathy and compassion and the way that you communicate with someone and not like being condescending to them matters.
Listen to this. They want you to talk to them the way that they want to be talked to. And she's talking like she wants a DEI boyfriend. Like she wants one given to her. Like she's on food stamps and she's getting government assistance. And she's like, where's my DEI boyfriend? Where's my free boyfriend, man? What's going on? What's going on with these women, man? They are crazy as crap in this country.
And also, I feel like he was jumping to so many conclusions, which to me was just, he was like bleeding insecurity and ego, because it's like those weren't even issues. The fact that they were getting brought up when I was just genuinely, I should have said, how do you feel about me being a mom, not a single mom? That was like my bad, because we were both single. So I even put that in there. Like, how do you feel about me being a mom? But other than that, like I had one girl who was like, you baited him. I'm like, no, I didn't. I was asking discovery questions, you know, like if someone's going to say that they don't like something that is a core identity of who you are and a huge part of your life, I think it's super important to like get, you know, to the crux of it. And I wanted to know, because in my experience dating with men, there are a lot of men that have a lot of really gross feelings towards single moms, which I think is so strange.
Okay, she just said it. Okay, she just said it. What I say earlier, they know that men are talking about we're not going to date single moms, even if we're a single dad. So they're just regurgitating what we said. They love doing that, man. It's a way to make sure no one can ever get to a solution. It's witchcraft, man. Witches.
Especially because like we birth the entire population.
Oh,
like
no.
women.
Okay. Enough of that. Anyway, y'all, do me a favor. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here and get back on TikTok. I got to get to some homework, man, before 12. I'm gonna see how this video turned out. If it turned out decent, I'll chop it up and put it back out. But do me a favor, hit the like, subscribe, drop a comment. Do you agree? Do you disagree with these ladies? Let's talk about it. Anyway, I'm your brother, Love and Light. I'm out.
It's on mute. Hey, hold on. Bitch, be quiet. Lot of niggas fake, so I'm moving in silence.